telling me how he was a big Trump fan and Republican, I could have said drop to your knees and beg, and he would have done it. And you know what he means by beg, I think, right? Election headquarters in Hollywood, where the race may be over, but we are still processing the results, mentally at least. You know, Trump versus Harris wasn't the only item on the ballot. Americans voted on a number of propositions and ballot measures, everything from law enforcement to legalized cannabis. When Elon Musk came to the White House asking me for help on all his many subsidized projects, whether it's electric cars that don't drive long enough.
Did you know that Google searches for moving to Canada shot up by 5,000% after the recent election? Seems like some folks are ready to trade MAGA for maple leaves. But before you pack your bags, let Jimmy Kimmel show you why laughter might be the best medicine for political heartburn. Who needs Canada when you've got comedy? Get ready, everyone, because Elon Musk has chosen to engage in a confrontation with Jimmy Kimmel. Yeah, the same individual who somehow made Twitter worse after buying it is now trash-talking a late-night comedian. Elon, it was a very classy move. Then what gives? The wealthy wunderkind we all love referred to Kimmel as a propaganda puppet. Coming from the man who controls a social media company that is rather rich. Owning the megaphone apparently isn't considered propaganda in Elon's universe.
Elon Musk, but what sucks for me is for the last 6 months, I've been working on a project, and I was hoping to announce it in January when Trump takes office. Election headquarters in Hollywood, where the race may be over, but we are still processing the results, mentally at least. Poor Mike. This is a disaster for Mike. He doesn't have anything to scream about into those pillows anymore. I spent 2 weeks trying to come up with a 4-word description of Elon Musk. I don't think I could do better than insufferable nonsense propaganda puppet.
How about we dissect this? As an example, there is Kimmel, who is a professional comedian. On the flip side, there's Musk, who offered a cool $1 million daily to anyone who would vote for Trump. Who is the true puppet master at work here? It's up to you to make that connection. But hold on a second, when Elon sees something he doesn't like, he has this terrible habit of shouting propaganda at it. Who published it? The NYT, word spread. The Post in Washington, D.C., word spread. His breakfast cereal, perhaps even propaganda. It seems like Elon is becoming increasingly confused about the meaning of the word. But here's the rub. Musk was Trump's buddy before. Do you recall the orange turd statement that Elon would drop to his knees and beg about seeking assistance?
You know, Trump versus Harris wasn't the only item on the ballot. Americans voted on a number of propositions and ballot measures, everything from law enforcement to legalized cannabis. The one going around now is that because Trump won in 2024, it means the election was rigged in 2020. Well, you know what? If you're a horse and you don't want to get punched in the head, what are you doing in Florida? Time now to bleep and blur the big TV moments of the campaign in a special election edition.
I suppose Elon's recall is just as erratic as his anger. Perhaps he simply prefers to disregard the humiliating aspects of his bromances. Can you tell me how Kimmel handled the accusation that he was a propaganda puppet, along with a horrible burn naturally? In his criticism of Musk, he used the terms Kermit and insufferable nonsense propaganda puppet. It hurts. Ironically, Kimmel said, "Listen, Kermit, you bought Twitter, you bought a social media platform that is literally a propaganda machine. 2 boos. And what's even better, for his new show, Kimmel joked about naming it propaganda. Perhaps Elon will use the money he has sitting on from Twitter to sponsor it instead of putting it toward platform improvements. Getting into arguments with comedians is more fun than fixing problems, right? Get ready to travel the Trump train to Crazy Town, where we'll witness everything from Twitter outbursts to election fantasies. What do you get when you combine a case of painful loss, poor math, and a pinch of paranoia brought on by a pillow? Be warned, it's not attractive, but it's hilarious. We can expect nothing less from our beloved orange turd and his mischievous gang of MAGA misfits. This time, their conspiracy theory is so outlandish that it disgraces those who believe in a flat earth. I can't believe they're claiming that the 2020 election was rigged just because Trump won in 2024. Indeed, what you heard was accurate. Assuming that I ate sushi the day before only because I had a burrito for lunch today is the same logic. Completely reasonable, isn't it? But hold on a second, this group of brilliant people is claiming that decreased voter participation in 2024 proves that someone cheated in 2020.
Telling me how he was a big Trump fan and Republican, I could have said drop to your knees and beg, and he would have done it. And you know what he means by beg, I think, right? It's so embarrassing. Hey, Elon, let me read you what your buddy Donald Trump said about you before you gave him $100 million. Hunter Biden, is he in government? But the saddest part is his father isn't going to give him a pardon. If I was Hunter Biden, I'd start calling Trump daddy. Propaganda, the Washington Post is propaganda, the Atlantic is propaganda, NPR is propaganda, AP stands for Associated Propaganda.
Breaking news, Trump supporters. Perhaps the public has become weary of your political drama. Perhaps they were unable to attend your clown act because popcorn was sold out. Does it ever occur to you, what if instead of just losing an election, you were truly lost? That's a crazy thought, but it may work. I get it. Some folks think it's really insane. Continue with me though. Envision a world where arguments are irrelevant and emotional outbursts have no bearing on outcomes. Isn't that incredible? These conspiracy theories are being treated by Trump's supporters as an unlimited feast. Flying objects? Of course. Just toss it on the platter. Question about chemtrails? Sure. Why not slap that on top? Is that a Pizzagate? Is it alright if I do? Their insistence on believing anything other than the truth is almost comical. The MAGA diet, in which one abstains from any consumption of anything other than alternative facts and conspiracy theories, might be the next big thing in diets. Regarding MyPillow, we must not overlook the unfortunate Mike Lindell. His current state is likely that of sobbing into his pillows. Who would have thought that after years of battling against early voting, this time it worked out for Trump? My mistake. Imagine owning something completely on your own. We'd say Lindell is currently in a pickle. He appears to have unwittingly disproved his own theory, but he is engrossed in the conspiracy theory to acknowledge his mistake. As this segment comes to a close, keep in mind that facts are optional, but the entertainment never ends in Trump and his cronies' world. Insane and never ending. It's like being at a carnival. In Trumpland, you'll need both your MAGA and tinfoil hats, so stock up! This crazy journey through the land of massive conspiracies and inflated egos has finally come to a close. The popular Twitter tycoon Elon Musk seems to believe he's in charge.
They're claiming that the fact that turnout was lower this time is proof that Biden cheated the last time, when the truth is all it proves is how bored we were in 2020.
Absolutely. This was a time in history where it did work, and it's only going to work once.
Right, that's right. When Elon Musk came to the White House asking me for help on all his many subsidized projects, whether it's electric cars that don't drive long enough, and of course, no election would be complete without a totally baseless conspiracy.
But come on, he's as steady as a cat running on a treadmill. Perhaps he would be better off if he just launched rockets instead of insults, huh? And then there's Trump, who seems to be stuck in an endless loop of The Apprentice where he escapes firing. Even if it's not your favorite song, Donnie, you have to face the music sometimes. Always remember to make memonade when life throws you billionaires and irate ex-presidents. Everyone, get prepared with your joke missiles. Having these men around is going to make us need a lot of humor, since nothing pops an ego like a well-placed zinger.